Would you rather have cheddar cheese for knees, or a talking dog that only speaks in Portuguese? Or to make yourself feel really dry, would you towel dry between your thighs, or dangle out your knackers in the breeze?
You are listening to Knackers in the Breeze with me, Ryan.
And me, bigger and better, Baz.
Guess what, Barry?
What?
Double figures on the episode. It's episode 10 now.
I'd like to say well done. Honestly, well done. I mean, it's hard, in this day and age, it's hard to commit to anything. You know, there's so much distraction out there.
I've wanted to quit so many times.
It's hard. After this, you're quitting, but it's fine. You've made it to 10. And I never thought we'd get to this. I did, actually. But, you know, it's now that we're here, feels good. There's a foundation.
I thought by episode 10 we might have lost listeners, and it's just us two.
Oh, it's just getting going.
Or maybe even just me. I don't know if you've stopped listening yourself.
It's just getting going. It's just getting going. And listener, let me tell you, humble listener, listenership has increased. You've got friends. You don't know who they are, but people are listening alongside you right now, I imagine. That, you know, it's growing. And anything takes time to grow. Religion.
Lamar's song takes time to grow.
What's that?
I think it's time to grow. Or something like that. Lamar from Blue.
Wow. Jesus. Where's Lamar? Let's find Lamar.
Whoa. We've got to find Beppe first.
Yeah, so if you listen to the last episode, was it the last episode?
Last episode,
the
yeah.
hunt?
Episode 9.
#
find Beppe.
And it's gone crazy. The worldwide search for Beppe. And no one knew where he was. Where's he been hiding since EastEnders?
What has happened to him? I've asked around. I've not heard anything. Well, people are like, I saw him in EastEnders. What's he done since then?
1998. Yeah. Where has he been since? Well, I got to say, it took me, after hours of searching the internet, I had to go to the dark web a few times. I had to do a lot of horrible things.
Was this just to get you in the mood of internet searching?
Yeah. And I found it. I found him. He was lurking.
You found Beppe?
I found him. I bloody found him. And he's hiding. You might have heard of it. You might not have. It's called Twitter. Twitter. With
Twitter?
two T's.
Twitter.
There's a little blue bird is the symbol. You heard of that?
Blue bird.
Twitter. I don't know how you pronounce it.
No.
Twitter. But anyway, he's on there, and he posted 1 day ago, and this is classic.
1 day ago? This
is.
Hey, did he say, Barry, Ryan, I'm here.
Here I
am.
You found me. He's like, thanks for breathing life back into my career and life. He had a noose around his neck at one point, and then he heard our podcast and thought, there is reason to live.
People still love me.
So here we go. He posted this 1 day ago. He said, the juxtaposition of life. Me, walking into town to buy some groceries, while a guy drives past me slowly in his £200,000 top-of-the-range Merc and shouts, "Oi, oi, Beppe!" And there we go.
That was me. I will confess that now.
Was that you driving around in your 200k Merc?
Yeah, it's only because my Lamborghini was in the shop.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So there we go.
Okay. It's quite. It started off quite deep, didn't it?
The juxtaposition of life.
Yeah.
And it ended with, "Oi, oi, Beppe!"
That was quite a juxtaposition.
He's that tweet very similar to our podcast. There started off quite deep.
Started off well
and ends with
deteriorated.
"Oi, oi, Beppe!"
Where are you, Beppe?
You know, he's not got many followers. 10.9 thousand. I reckon 900 of those.
9,000. So nearly 11,000 people knew where Beppe was.
And they didn't get involved in the search, did they? But I reckon 900 of those are probably our listeners. So we've upped. He's probably thinking, where have all these listeners come from? Now he knows. Can I read one more that he tweeted 3 years ago? If I was sleeping in a room with 10 strangers and sharing a small bed with someone for the first time, I would stick my earplugs in, put my eye mask on, and tell everyone if they even breathe for the next 10 hours, then shit will hit the fan.
That is the wisdom. That's the wisdom of Beppe. We've given the world now.
I think he used to be an actor. Now he's a philosopher, and it's going really well.
So he's got nearly 11,000 followers at the moment on this so-called Twitter, whatever it was.
Yeah, Twitter.
We imagine that will double with our listeners, at least.
What we'll say as well, on his description, for commercial and media contact, email lizzie@hallsandhalls.com. Now, that's what we should do, and we will do. This time next week, people, we'll probably be in touch with Beppe. So we'll try and get him on the podcast.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's not beyond the realms of possibility.
What's his real name? Is it just Beppe from EastEnders? Beppe DeMarco.
If I tell you, it might ruin it for you.
Oh, that's true.
Can I tell you?
Go for it.
I think his real name is Beppe, and this is his stage name. This is his stage name is Michael Greco, but his real name is obviously Beppe.
No, he's
Yeah,
always Beppe.
yeah.
I'm sure he just introduces himself, so I'm Beppe. I'm Beppe!
Oh, you're right, guys, I'm Beppe. It took me nothing to. If you've never watched EastEnders back in 2001, you don't know who the fuck we're talking about.
Who's that bloke from Spandau Ballet that was in EastEnders?
Oh, Stephen.
Steve. Do you reckon it was Steve driving past in his Merc, just going,
"Oh, Beppe! Oh, Beppe! Look at what you could have had."
If only you had a band, you'd go back together.
Oh, Beppe, he's gonna be on the. I can't wait till he's on the podcast. So episode 11. I can't
I've got
wait.
a chair warm waiting for you, Beppe.
Right, if you're on Twitter, link him. I think that's what it's called. At him, include him. Let him know. Let him know that he's got some bloody fans here and a seat if he needs it. Just like to say, as we start this, there's a game that we've been playing for the last 2 podcasts now, and it's really, it's a phenomenon. And it's called Catch 22.
Catch 22.
I don't know if you remember Catch 22.
I remember
sure you
it.
do.
Yeah, you got me last time.
That it from now on, it's live starting from now, and the rules are. In fact, let me just. It's not live. Not live yet. The rules are.
If you want to do it, it's live from now. But every time you want to say it, just point at me and I'll say it.
Okay, so the game is called
Catch 22.
And you have to catch the
22.
When I say it, and I'm gonna drop it at any point. Any point in this podcast, I could drop the number
22.
And you got to catch it. If you don't catch it within the first, say 10 seconds, 20, 21 seconds, I've won. If you catch it, you've won. So there you go. It's called
Catch 22.
Tell your friends.
Last time we said something about a forfeit. I've got 2 options for a forfeit that I thought about.
Okay.
One, maybe we could do this time as a kind of warm up. We're still getting used to the Catch 22 segment. So
Lifestyle.
maybe the start off light with a forfeit. I think. Have you ever heard of apple cider vinegar?
Yeah.
Have you ever tasted it, smelt it?
I don't know. I think I've tried it, or tasted it, or smelled it. Yeah.
It's really, really strong, really, really smelly.
Okay.
I think. If you get me, I have to do maybe a shot of apple cider vinegar, or maybe like half a shot, half water, which is still really, really strong.
Right, okay.
And then if I catch your 22, you have to do a shot, or half a shot plus water of apple cider vinegar. And then I thought of another second option for maybe episode 11.
Okay.
Whoever forfeits has to go vegan for a week.
Fuck me. One is very short and sweet, and one is pretty damn long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we start off soft this time.
Okay. Well, I can do that. Although no, because vegan is no milk, no cheese, right?
Yep.
Okay. I would struggle. I could do vegetarian without. I've been vegetarian for the past 2 days that I can think of. You know? So it wouldn't bother me. I could do a week easily. But okay, yeah, no, I'm in.
So
I'm in.
If you are just on a staple of chips, that's probably okay as long as it's in like sunflower oil.
Oh God.
So if you go to a chip shop, I think they do sunflower oil, don't they?
I'll be honest with you. If I had chips, I just wouldn't tell you that I'd had some. I'd just be like, yeah,
Chips.
I made sure.
Oh, I was going to say pickled egg, but you can't have that. Pickled onion.
Pickled onion, yeah. Can I have a pickled gherkin? Oh, this is
Gherkin.
tough. No, I'd be prepared to do that. I'll do that. So
I'll do that.
confident am I in my catch
22.
skills that I reckon I'll be able to do that. So yeah.
Last week I thought that's fucking easy. Anyone says 22, we bang on that, but you slipped it past us.
Yeah, I will do it again.
I don't know if I re-listened to it back, but it might have been mid-conversation. But no, it wasn't. I think no.
I'm still going to do it again. So if you haven't listened to the last episode, you can hear that moment of glory and play it with your friends. There's no reason why you can't play it with your friends.
But then again, if we keep doing this every episode, I'm going to get more and more in tune to it. So every time I hear 22, I'm going to be like a cat.
Might have to change the number at some point to catch, 16 or
17.3.
Try and catch that.
Catch pie.
Yeah, pie catcher. The game that's sweeping the nation. Yeah, right. How are we doing for questions this week?
Right.
Because I've had quite a few from various listeners. Very different styles, different questions. Some, quite philosophical. Some a bit silly. Go on then. Right. Let's start us off with the first question of episode 10. Oh my God. Who'd have thought?
Right. So, avid listeners would have remembered Josh. He does quite good questions. We met him the other day.
Scared of dwarves.
Avid listeners would obviously know the father of Would You Rather. Some would know the mum of Who'd You Bum. It's kind of an unofficial term.
Yeah.
Josh came up with He's quite good at situational questions. He come up with the bitch of the sitch. So this is.
It needs work, that, doesn't it? I really don't like that.
I quite like it.
Well, you would.
So this is from, just to shorten it, the bitch.
Hello, Ryan and Barry. How are you both?
Good, thanks.
Good.
My question this week is, if you guys are in Game of Thrones, the world of Westeros, what would be your house sigil, your animal, and what would your house words be? And also, where do you think your families or you specifically would fit in the story of Game of Thrones? For me personally, my surname is Dudney, so my words would be, "This aggression will not stand, man," which is a quote from The Big Lebowski, where the character is called the Dude, and my house animal would be a ferret, because I resemble one, and that is also used in The Big Lebowski. But I'm looking forward to your answers more so. Thank you.
Very nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
So for those who don't know Game of Thrones, house sigil is like a coat of arms.
Yeah.
And the words is like a motto.
Most people will. If you haven't, if you're not on it, get on it. Join it. Join the posse. Join the crowd. Everyone's doing it. It's the biggest show in history.
We're jumping on the bandwagon now.
What are you trying to prove by not watching it? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's like not believing in God. Don't be stupid. Get involved. Right.
Pick a god. Mine's Zeus.
That's a very good. Do you know what? That's actually a question I've got later on.
Ooh.
Or have
What's
I?
my god?
Yeah.
Me.
Me. Brackets. Zeus. I think you should start. Can I just say?
Right. So
You're an avid Game of Thrones fan.
Yeah.
I'd say more so than me. I do like it. I really like it. But you know your stuff. You got into the history of it. I think you've watched it back twice.
I've watched it back at least twice.
At least.
I'm watching it back a third time all the way through.
That's
But
next
that
level.
that suggests I'm like really
Geek?
knowledgeable about it. I am a geek. I'm just not quite knowledgeable about it.
It's like the worst kind of geek.
Yeah.
I really like it. I just forget a lot.
I don't really. I like the clothes they wear. I do like the clothes.
Some would say I dress like a Dothraki.
Some would say that you definitely do.
So we went to a Game of Thrones festival.
Please don't. bring
Game
this
of
up.
Thrones in loose quotations.
Yeah.
Festival in Quex Park recently.
Yes.
In Birchington, and my girlfriend and I decided to dress up. She wore Daenerys' dress.
Very nice. Very nice.
And we went there, and there was quite a few Daenerys' dressed up.
I saw not quite 20. I saw 12. I saw 12.
12, yeah.
Daenerys. Yeah, they're everywhere. Bro, look, Daenerys, which is it's not a bad thing.
I went as Khal Drogo. I thought anyone with a beard,
Yeah.
that's a guaranteed Khal Drogo.
Do you
but I
sculpt it to look like Khal Drogo in real life?
No, I don't.
Subconsciously.
I do kind of like point it. It's more of an inspiration from Vikings, the TV show.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It's more of a Ragnar look.
Yeah.
Although I'm the very opposite of a Viking. I do quite like comfort.
You do, yeah.
So I thought anyone
Not
with a
that-
beard would go as Khal Drogo. So I went as Khal Drogo. I had my
Thinking,
I had
there'll
my
be
shirt
tons of them.
off. I had,
Loads
the,
of
had
them.
the blue lines painted on me. I'd be like, okay, I'm one of many.
You had a little sword, didn't
I
you?
said we went. It was a massive field, thousands of people.
Yeah.
I'd say about 2% of people dressed up.
I would say so.
I'd say
3, actually.
I'd say out of everyone, I think I was the only shirtless person.
Definitely. It was fucking freezing.
It
that
was
day.
freezing.
I was
Like
so cold.
a lot of people were in hoodie and maybe something over the top of the hoodie and going, oh, it's really cold. But I committed and I thought I can't put a hoodie on. Khal Drogo.
Khal
Khal Drogo's
Drogo
what
would.
the fuck he wants. That's apparently what I wanted to do. Just suffer.
If he wants to
in the
shiver,
cold.
he wants to shiver in a field with not a lot going on. That's what he's going to do, and who are you to stop him? Who the fuck do you think you are? No, I won't put a shirt on.
Yeah, but I got a lot of strange looks because everyone was just there in normal clothes, and they thought I was like part of the festival. So some people came up to us and like asked for photographs, and it was
I didn't see that.
It was really weird.
Didn't see that bit. Are you making that bit out?
No.
No, that's
you
really
were
good.
elsewhere.
That's really nice.
And my
Convenient.
girlfriend and I were just walking around, and some people were like, "Oh, you're Khal Drogo. Can I have a photo with you?" I was like, yeah, but,
Here's the funny thing, right? Khal Drogo would probably say, "No."
What is Kamla?
He'd probably say that, wouldn't he? I know, you would know. But you went, "Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Oh, which one's my best side? So, okay, I'll flex."
Which side's my best side? Both, any side. I love the camera. This way. I can't get enough. It's right, we only wanted one photo. No, take more.
Well, you asked me, so.
Actually, give me the photos. I'll load of selfies.
Classic Khal Drogo.
I'll do a vlog for you. Hi, I'm here at Game of Thrones Festival. Dressed as Khal Drogo.
Second day up from battling. Oh, things are crazy around here. But yeah, it was cold, and I admired you for not putting your top on because I would have done it way
You just
earlier.
admired me without my top
I
on.
did actually. I admired you from afar. From afar.
Right, so anyway.
What was the question?
Game of Thrones sigils and mottos. So coat of arms and mottos for standard things. I've got some examples here. So England's motto is Dieu est mon droit, which translates to God on my right. So England, yeah. So when it got invaded by the Normans, they spoke French. So I imagine it would have stuck. So Dieu est mon droit is
You are
God
listening
on my
to
right.
Knackers in the Breeze History Edition.
If you're not into history, I'm going to bore you for a long time now. France is Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, which is quite famous. Isle of Man is in Latin, so I'm sorry if I butcher it, but it's Quocunque iceris stabit, which means whithersoever you throw it, it will stand. Which for
what
me
does that
translate
mean?
is it will do.
Is that if you
Chuck it, fuck it, we'll stay here.
That's what it means, isn't it? Yeah, throw it there.
Yeah, it's all right there, right? Isn't it? Yeah, it'll stand.
Is that's the Isle of Man?
Isle of Man's.
Yeah, okay, that sums them up.
And then Spain's one is again I can't do Spanish, so I'll probably butcher it, but plus ultra, which I have read is translated to further beyond, which is like we're gonna reach Narnia.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I like that one. It's quite vague, that one, so that's why I like it.
Yeah. So some examples of how Game of Thrones ones are Winter is Coming.
Yeah.
This is the famous one. Hear Me Roar.
Hear Me
is
Roar.
another one.
Was that Casey Perry? Who was that? Who did that?
That was Lannister.
Okay.
Unbowed, Unbent, Unbroken.
That's a good one.
I think. And like a crap one is Growing Stronger.
Oh, that's all. That sounds like a song by Katy Perry.
But
Growing strong.
yeah, when I heard this question, I kind of like panicked a bit. I was like, I don't know how to do a motto. So
Wow.
I kind of looked it up.
Okay. Right.
There's a thing called House Motto Generator.
Jesus Christ. We are sponsored by housemottogenerator.com.
And to answer Josh's question, my surname is Oatridge.
Sure.
So my sigil would be.
Can I just say, if you're listening to this, he's got a book and there's extensive notes, there's printouts.
Someone mentioned Game of Thrones. I do more research. Yeah.
So I had to reread all the books.
I've done a drawing of.
No, you haven't.
Of my sigil.
You got to put that up. You got to put that up.
Well, if I put it up, I'll have to Photoshop it.
No,
I've gone into far too much.
You've got to put it up.
But my name is Oatridge, so my sigil would be a cliff top, so a ridge.
Yeah, I see the ridge. Yeah.
A single oat standing on it with a cape.
An oat. Fuck off. Fuck off. Right, I've just seen it. Oh my god, so much effort has gone into that. Wow. Okay, so I've never seen an oat look so sort of mighty and regal.
Well, you have now.
See the oat. Yeah, there's the cliff.
The oat.
Surrounded by birds. There's the the rocky shores. There's a lighthouse in the background. That's amazing. You need to put that up. I'm be honest with you.
So I got house motto generator, and because I didn't want to take what they put, I've changed it to cater towards Oatridge or oats. So,
Okay.
So the first one is come up with walk with me through the valley of shadows, and I changed it to walk with me through the valley of porridge.
Okay. Yeah.
Right,
That's good.
Yeah. So the second one is a sword's thrust is half the story. And I change it to a spoon's scoop is half the story.
I see what you've done there. Yeah, that's good.
Another one is this is the outrage, and I change it to this is the oat rage. The next one's ridiculous. The next one is a queen's word makes a king's oath.
I see I've predicted what's coming. I predicted it.
Okay. All right, well, if you think you predicted it, I change it to a queen's word makes a king's flapjack. Okay,
no.
Well,
I thought you go for the easy oats instead of oats. Yeah.
So what
I like for simplicity and power impact. This is an an oat rage.
This is an outrage.
Yeah, I like that one. This is an outrage. This is an outrage. Yeah, that one. It's probably not the best one, but it's got the most impact. It's short and sweet. I can make.
Maybe I won't give it to you then.
Some merch. Well, who would you pick? Which one would you pick?
I don't know. I quite like
Not the flapjack.
Walk With Me Through the Valley of Porridge.
Wow. Okay, you have got a lot of effort there.
I mean, it's not a scary house, is it? It's not like Game of Thrones that instills fear in you.
No, not at all.
Walk With Me Through through the Valley of Porridge, but
You're never going to sit on the throne.
no. But I will provide tasty.
You will. Yeah. You'll sit on the banquet table in the hall, in the Great Hall,
Exactly.
at breakfast time. And that's that's the most you could ever hope for in that cruel world. Wow. Okay, that's amazing.
So I think my house animal would probably just be the sea lion that I mentioned last episode.
Yeah, because they're quite friendly critters, aren't they? Yeah, they're
I want
quite.
to be friendly. I want them to instill fear.
No, yeah, but right. All right. Okay. Yeah, it's quite scary. But,
Walk With Me Through the Valley of Porridge. Said by a sea lion. That will terrify people. Yeah. Oh no, they're coming for us.
You're the worst house of all time. Of all time. That is the worst. I don't think anyone would butcher you because they feel sorry for you. You're not a threat. But
I'll butcher you for breakfast. Actually, I'll have you for breakfast.
it's like, I don't know, it reminds you like a circus or something. So you'd be running the part of the world where there's a big tent, and that's where they go to chill after battles.
Well, Game of Thrones world, I will survive. If I have my Weetabix, I might just stay alive. Hey, yes, it's an advert from the 90s.
Is that wheat, not oat?
No.
Get out!
So in my research, I did find other mottos and stuff, and I think the best ones come from the American states. Georgia is wisdom, justice, and moderation.
Did you adapt that?
I didn't adapt that. That's what it is.
Okay.
Oregon is, I think it's in Latin, Alice volat properis, and that's she flies with her own wings. New
Sounds like
York,
an Ed Sheeran lyric.
New York is Excelsior.
Is it really?
Yep.
Wow.
Washington has one, which translates to by and by. But
Okay.
its actual one is alky.
Alky.
Alky. So
Wow.
quite like their alcohol there.
What the hell does that even mean?
But my favourite one is New Hampshire. It's live free or die.
Oh, I like that. That's brilliant.
That's quite Game of Thrones.
Yeah, do you know what? That is the most Game of Thrones
Oh yeah,
one of all.
sorry, I did more research. So I did more research, and my favourite sigil is Lapland. There's Lapland in Finland and Sweden. They both have a very similar
Oh, really?
sigil. I'll pass it to Barry now, and he'll describe it.
You are listening to the history edition. What the hell is that? It looks like the Green Giant, but he's red.
So the red one's Sweden, and the
Wow. So it's like Adam and Eve. So Adam with his sort of...
I think it's more of like a caveman with a bat.
I'm thinking like fig leaf over the Johnson, as you imagine. But something's really angered Adam, and he's gone rogue. And he's like the Walking Dead Adam. And he's got fucking looks so angry. It looks like Rick from The Walking Dead.
Viking, but like caveman Viking.
And one on the right which one's that? That's Finland.
That's Finland. So they both have the very similar one. For Lapland.
Wow. Yeah, so they're great. He's got a rubber dinghy on the right, like a little waist that he floats,
He's hard, but he likes to swim.
and loads
On
of
holiday.
cannonballs behind him. Wow. Yeah, they're awesome. They're quite Game of Thronesy as well.
Yeah, they are quite Game of Thrones. That would instill fear, to be fair.
The red of blood, yeah. Especially his piercing eyes are burning through me.
So obviously we can't describe it, but if you want to look it up, Lapland.
We're going to put these on the Facebook page. I reckon.
Yeah.
We'll take some photos of these after this. We will, so you can see, and we'll do that.
Yeah,
We'll put some photos up, and you can, or you can Google it. But go on our Facebook page,
Yeah, go on our
Knacks in the Breeze, and you'll draw your own.
Send it to Beppe. See what he feels. See what he thinks.
Beppe, check this out.
See what his house sigil will be.
Beppe, look at the sigil of Finland, of Lapland. See what he says. Classic. He'll have a very
House DeMarco, and I'm the King of Spades.
I love it.
Worth a gamble.
If we get Beppy on next week, can we ask him for his sigil? We should tweet him. Well, we're going to tweet him from our Twitter account after this. My house is not the same vein as yours in any way. I was thinking about what in the world of Game of Thrones it's quite raw and dog eat dog and a bit dark. Lots of death. So I'd be called House Understanding, and I'm going for the peaceful option. And
Go for the diplomacy.
Yeah, I'm not going to piss anyone off. I'm House Understanding. No one will ever. They'll come to me with their problems.
If you're going for the honourable option, you know how that ends up in Game of Thrones.
No. I'm not going for anything though. You can come to me with your troubles, and I'll listen. And then I'll
fuck
ride
you off.
Then I'll ride on out there on a horse, and
cower away.
my sigil would just be a thumbs up, just a big thumbs up.
Do you know what? I like that.
Yeah, just like a big thumbs up. I'm not here to call show. I don't want the throne. Have you got? How are you doing? You got a problem? Oh, listen.
I think your house sigil should be a doormat.
No, it should be a thumbs up. And then the motto would be, "Let's all get along." Let's all get along.
Come on,
Yeah.
everybody, hold hands. We'll sing Kumbaya.
Yeah, and I reckon like in every battle scene, when there's like big wars going on, if you zoom it, look very closely in the background,
Just you good thumbs up, going.
you'll see me. Yeah,
You're doing well, guys.
you'll see me riding past with a smile on my face, thumbs up flag, just trotting along.
I'm on both your sides.
I hope you both win. Yeah, that's what I do. And my animal will be have you ever heard of a quokka?
No.
Sounds like I made it up.
Yeah.
It's
It sounds like a foreign duck.
QUO. It's basically like a little mammal. This little mammal creature who's always smiling. They always smile. And you can't be angry if you look at a quokka. We'll put it up on Facebook. We'll put
You
that
are
up as well.
petrified in this Westeros world, aren't you? It's like, don't hurt me, I'm smiling, look, hey!
I don't want to be stabbed or killed. So if House Understanding, we're not going to hurt anyone. Thumbs up, quokka, smiling quokka. No one's going to give us any shizzle ever. And we'll put it up on the Facebook page. A little picture of a quokka, and it'll make you so happy when you see it.
I will Photoshop Barry's head on the quokka.
Yes, you got to do that now.
I'll do that.
The thing is, you want my body really because you want the.
I want your body anyway. I won't put that on the Facebook page. That's all mine.
You want my bod because the quokka is so smiley and happy and beautiful. I'm just showing you a picture of a quokka. I mean, I don't know if this is podcast material, but look how happy they are. They're just always happy.
What is your house sigil? What is your motto? What is your words? Send it in to knackersinthebreeze@gmail.com.
Yes, can't wait to see those sigils.
And your drawings. Right, so avid listeners, again, will know the father of Would You Rather.
What a man.
He's got another question for us. As we all know him, it's probably one of those deep questions.
He's given a question every podcast, I think. Is that right?
I think so. Don't quote us on that.
He's a staple. He's a staple of the play. He's as much as part of this as you or I or you, the
Probably
listener.
even more so.
He probably more
We
so,
should
yeah.
just give the mic to him.
He definitely puts more effort in than we do.
Riding on a pony, eating macaroni, Twilight Zone, it's Paul Simeone.
Hello, Barry and Ryan. It's Paul and Kelly here. This is Kelly.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, we have a Would You as opposed to a Would You Rather for your 10th show. Who'd have thought they'd have made it to show 10? Number 10. Fucking hell. Who knew it had the legs? No one. So you're on borrowed time. But our Would You for this week is...
Would you let somebody shit in your mouth for £1 million?
It was originally just on your face, but Kelly is very twisted, as you pointed out in a previous...
Too easy.
Is it too easy?
So mouth is more like you think about it more, don't you?
Selling your dignity is too easy. All right.
I saw what it makes. If we said face, I think we both would have gone, yeah. Without
Just
a
a
doubt.
little bit of it, and then just...
Yeah. Whereas the mouth, it does change things. It does. For me,
yeah,
it does.
a lot, yeah.
Because it goes from something being on you, you can wash that off, to in you. Can you wash that out?
You can't wash that out.
You can't wash what's inside of you
The
out.
toothpaste in the world would not wash that out. Mouthwash.
But £1 million toothpaste.
Is there like a
would that wash it out?
surgical mouth scrubbing?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. An upper body colonic.
I don't know. Wait, so how much was the prize?
£1 million.
£1 million.
£1 million.
Well, the
British
question
sterling.
is, it does change it. Is who does change it? it does change it.
Okay.
And what is the consistency of it? You know, all these things do come into play. You know, if it's a big solid, a dry solid, a lot better than maybe a runnier.
Who you thinking for who?
I'm not thinking of anyone particular for who at the moment. To be honest, it's a faceless person.
Are you thinking of Katy Perry?
Why have you mentioned her 3 times on this podcast already? I've
I think you
mentioned her
did
earlier.
earlier.
I don't know
I
why.
think that's before recording.
I don't know her. I don't know. Would that make it easier? I think it's easier if I don't know them, actually, because I could never look at them again if they've shut in my mouth, you know? Trust them to bring it down to that level. Do you know what I mean? We've just had a bit
Trust Katy Perry.
had a bit of culture. Had a bit
Hear
of
me
history.
roar. Hear me fart. Hear me shit in Barry's mouth. That's our next single.
Yeah, that's the next Billboard Top 100. I think, yeah, I mean, you can always rely on the father would you rather to take it down to a level. I thought he was a man of culture, a man of standards. He's a man of standards, but just low standards. And like, brings it down to that level. Because we are cultured men. We're educated, cultured men. And, you know...
And if we say that, it makes it stronger.
if you keep saying...
We are cultured.
You
We're
keep-
cultured? We're cultured. We are cultured.
we're cultured. Oh, we're so cultured. please, we are cultured.
Well, he said something like, would you sell your dignity for £1 million?
Well, that is,
That
isn't it?
suggests we have dignity to
Yeah,
sell.
that's a good point, actually, yeah. Yeah. He's making a lot of presumption. It's a big presumption. Well, it'd be selfish not to, right? Because £1 million, you could give £500,000 to a beautiful charity or to a lovely family, you know, and help them out. So in a way, if you didn't, you'd be scum. You'd be a horrible person.
Yeah.
You'd be up
Whereas if you did shit in your mouth, you definitely wouldn't be scum.
no, you'd be a beautiful.
Would
You'd probably
not
win
be scum.
the Nobel Peace Prize for being so open and giving.
Or taking.
And there's so many things when it comes straight from. There's so many questions I've got. Like, would it come straight from the area that poo comes out of into your mouth, or would it be in a bowl and then you just throw it in your mouth? I
Imagine
don't know.
it's you lying down and them squatting over the top of you. Maybe holding your nose or maybe holding your nose.
Oh, well, you don't have to swallow it or do anything with it, you know.
Yeah, that wasn't the stipulation. It was...
So, I'd spit it immediately out. I might put a condom on my tongue. Didn't say I couldn't do that.
No?
So I'd probably
Extra large? Trojan?
I'd choose one of my normal ones. So no. I'll just get one out the old wallet.
The microscopic ones?
Finally, I've got a use, and wrap that around my little tongue, and then let them do what they need to do, you know. And then I'll get my $1 million, and then I will give some to charity. Right? You've got
Give some to them for making the effort.
I will not give them anything. Anything except I won't even look at them in the eye after that, or they will get
Look them in the brown eye.
an evil. They'll get an evil glance towards their brown eye, and they'll know. They'll feel it burning through them from behind. Because I think if you've got £1 million to give, just like that, why would you go? You're the evil person, aren't you, for doing that? Because I've got £1 million.
If you were rich, you would do that. Though,
Yeah, I've got £1 million to give. I'm not just going to give it though. I'm going to make them take my feces in their mouth before they get it. Like, what kind of scumbag? Who is this person?
Well, I remember
it's evil.
we went bowling once, didn't we? And we were talking about if you were rich. If we said if you were massively rich, what would you do? And I
Okay.
said I'd pay people to play pool,
Oh yeah, you did say that.
and
I
I'd take
remember
away all the pockets,
I remember
and
you
they
saying
can't. There'd just be an endless game of pool.
that. It was really dark. Yeah, it was quite
We'd be
twisted.
playing forever, just in a room, and I'd expect them to be playing. If I ever entered that room, I probably wouldn't, but I'd expect them to.
You'd
And
sometimes.
I'd employ someone else to watch them, and then
Okay.
phone me if they ever stopped.
What did they get out of this?
Some money.
When? When they stopped
When
playing
I
football.
tell them they can.
That's so twisted. That's so. That it might be more evil than the poo, because the poo is over with very quickly.
So, who is given this million? Probably pricks like me. If
Yeah.
Some bellend who's just won billions or something like that.
Way
yeah,
too
'cause
much.
you can win
I mean,
billions.
money's gone right to their head.
Yeah, and they're just like...
They've won the bingo gala, and they've got $1 billion, and now they're looking to throw it out at anyone. But there's rules, because they're not a nice person. They like the power, the control. But do you know what? To show them up, to take power back from them, I'd open my mouth and I'd take that poo. And
That would teach them.
I'm empowering
They'd
myself.
be like, oh, I've got to question my views on life now. I've got to question everything. He's
Well,
taught me a lesson.
I'd do it twice. Obviously, once you've had it once, the second time won't be so bad. I'd do it twice for $2 million, and then I'd help a charity of my choice, and then I'd invest that money, and hopefully get to 1 billion myself. And in the meantime, they've wasted all their money giving it to all these people in horrible ways. And I'll make them come crawling to me, and they'll take my poo in their mouth. How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Riding on a pony, eating macaroni, dick pics on his phone, here's Paul Simeone.
Right, so we've got a lot of feedback about the games that I'm be doing. You know, my radio-inspired cheesy games. People love them.
Radio True True, Radio Nana.
We all remember that one. Catch what? Sorry.
Catch 22.
Okay.
Still ongoing. As far as I know, he's not caught me out yet.
I haven't actually. No, or have I? No, I haven't. You would know about it because I would have been shouting around the room. This is a game, probably one of the best games I've ever come up with. You got to imagine people. If you know, this is you'd hear this prime time local radio. It's one of those games.
Prime time.
Drive home, the big drive home. You'd hear this local radio Skegness. This is what you hear on the big drive back. And this game is called As the Crow Flies or As the Road Drives.
As that road drives or as that crow flies, baby.
Okay, so this is as the crow flies or as the road drives, and the concept is very simple. 2 towns, 2 cities. I'm gonna give you a distance between them. You need to tell me, is that as the road drives or as the crow flies? Because as you know, as we all know, the crow flies. It's straight as the crow would fly to that city. All right, so that's the shortest distance. The roads, you go left, you go right, you bend round, you got roundabouts. It adds a few miles on. So how is your geography? How confident do you feel?
I'm okay with geography. It's just, wouldn't you just go in a straight line to anywhere?
No. I mean, yeah, in theory, a crow would, you know. But, you know, roads bend, roads turn, roads twist. You're going to go around things, around forests, you know, around mountains, through mountains, you know, up, down. It's never the same, okay? So I'm going to give you 2 locations. I'm going to tell you one distance between them, and you've got to tell me, is it crow or is it road, okay?
Okay, so if it's say if it's from London to Birmingham or something like that, and it's like a straight line, you give me the shorter distance, and I have to say if that's the crow or the drive, yeah?
I'm going to give you a distance, and you've got to tell me, is that the crow or is that the road?
Is it the driving distance or the flying distance?
Is it the driving distance or the flying distance?
Right, okay.
And the crow would go straight there, straight line.
Right, okay.
Nothing gets in the way of the crow. Straight there. That's the shorter distance. Road, there's extra mileage on a road, okay? There's never one straight road to your destination, okay? So this is crow or road.
As that road drives or as that crow flies, baby.
so here we go. Question number 1. Edinburgh to Newcastle.
Right.
104 miles. Road or crow?
As the road drives.
That is correct. Yeah. He's right. That was road, and you know, for the purists out there, from the crow fanatics, it's actually 91 miles as the crow flies.
Ooh,
very interesting. So
I bet people were shouting in. I already know that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's one of those things. Like you either know,
it's all inclusive. This,
you know, or you don't. This one's it's quite a fun one. London to Birmingham.
Oh, I did mention this.
You did mention that. Have you been looking at the answers? I don't know.
I haven't. No, it's just
huge discrepancy in this. Almost an unbelievable discrepancy, you know, but it's not. I've checked it. I've double checked it. So here we go. London to Birmingham, 162 miles. Road or crow?
I'm gonna say road. As the road drives.
He's right. Hey! Oh,
yeah.
He's
oh,
right.
Yeah.
He's right.
He's right. He drives the car and he's done the journey.
Have you ever done that journey before?
I've done it from Deal through London to Birmingham.
So you knew, you had a good idea. Can I just tell you? So it was 162 road. Interestingly, fascinatingly, 101 crow.
Ooh,
101
I was
crow.
about to say that, as everyone else was.
Well, it's one of those, isn't it? You either know or you don't.
It's all inclusive.
You knew that one. And this is the question number 3. You got 2 right so far. So you're beating the dealer. You're beating the dealer.
100%.
You're beating the dealer. This is the final question.
Beppe, are you hearing this?
Will you take all 3? Beppe, he'll be playing this next week.
He's a gambler.
This is a good one. You've been to America before, right?
Yep.
Okay, from San Francisco, okay, West Coast, to New York, or vice versa.
New York City.
Go whichever way you want. To New York City, yeah, to the centre of New York. Whatever you imagine the centre of New York City is. 2905.9.
2904.
2905.9.
2905.
2,905.9 miles. Road or crow?
I feel like it's road again, but I feel like you can't really do 3 in a row, so I'm going to say as the crow flies.
He's wrong! Oh! He's wrong. He's wrong.
I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I don't know shit. I know shit, motherfucker.
Go back to school, baby. So, it was road. It was road.
Should have stuck with my instincts. My pigeon instinct, as some would say.
So, just as a bonus question, what do you think the crow distance is? Straight line.
1,800. No, 1,700.
Okay, no, it's actually 2,569. So there's about 400-mile discrepancy.
So I was well off.
In the crow distance.
Don't know shit about geography.
And there we go. So it was 2-1. 2-1-2. You won. You've beat the crow dealer. That was as the crow flies.
What were all the distances again?
All of them?
Yeah.
London to Birmingham, 162 road. San Fran, 2,569 as the crow flies.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you going to do with this information?
I'll tell you afterwards.
Edinburgh to Newcastle, 104 miles road.
Okay, I was checking 22. I was checking the 22, and he's looking a bit confused, so that wasn't a trap.
That was very clever of you. You know, I wasn't clever enough to slip it in.
That would have been amazing.
That would have been the way to do it, wouldn't it? Oh my god, I missed the trick. Oh my god.
As that road drives, or as that crow flies, baby.
This is an ongoing thing, which I imagine it won't be.
It will be on Skegness local radio in 2024, but no, it might not last any. If Beppe wants it, I'll give it to him.
What about this?
No, I'm not playing this again. So we go. What do you think about that? What do you think about that game? Would you? Yeah.
That is very geography specific, and I'm okay at geography.
Yeah. Well, you did it right. You won. You got 2-1.
People just good. It's just 50-50.
Well, you weren't doing that, were you? You're using your knowledge, your inherent knowledge of roads and geography, navigation.
That's more of a judgment on me and how geeky I am.
Yeah, well, it is. Well, the thing is that when I play it on the radio, eventually, people that really do love their road, like truckers, you know, people that drive for a living, they'll know these distances. They'll know the London to Birmingham like it's the back of their hand. They'll spot a crow a mile off. So, you know, it's really got legs. It's got legs. It's got crow feet. So. There we go. That was.
It's got wheels.
It has got wheels, and I think what I can say, where I see it evolving in the future, is instead of saying crow or road, you kind of go honk honk. So you'd make that noise for the road, or you'd go for a crow.
Do what again?
That's a crow. That's a crow. So
I want to tune into this radio station. You've hooked me now. You've hooked me right now to hear just a lot of lorry drivers going. Was that the crow flies? Or
they could even pull their own tongue, their own horn instead of doing the noise. They could pull that. Yeah.
What if they're not driving?
They're not driving. They shouldn't be because it's unsafe. But if they're not driving, then they have to.
Then they have to do that.
They've gone to fuck a crow every time.
That's a raven, not a crow. So you got it wrong.
So you're right. You're out of time there. Yeah, I think. I'm trying to sell it to a few countries as well. Yeah, it's got legs. It's got legs. It's got legs.
Knackers in the breeze.
Well, great question here from again. He's been a contributor in the past, and that's what I like about this show. We do get people that they do one question, they get hooked, they're in, and we provide us with many questions. We always welcome new ones though, of course. But once you're in, you're part of the family. This question, his name's Dave. He's done some really good questions in the past. And this one of his, short and sweet.
Is the meaning of life the same for both humans and animals?
Yeah, there we go.
So very very similar to Big Paul's question there of intensity of philosophy.
Yeah. They must have been talking to each other before they did the questions.
It's kind of almost embarrassing because it's very similar.
Same vein.
Very similar.
Yeah, they've written the same. They've written Nietzsche, haven't they? Both of them. And but we have to. We've got to deal with the questions we get, and that one stuck out for me. So is the meaning of life the same for us as humans as it is for animals? Run with it.
I'm glad you come to us, Dave, because we, as you know, are very qualified to answer this question.
We've written extensively on this subject.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, even the biggest philosophers ponder the question of life, whereas we know it, and for animals, and for each specific animal.
Oh, it changes for animal, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'd be just one question: what's the meaning of life, rather than for humans and for animals.
I forget we are animals, aren't we? Deep down.
Well, you are. Smell that one.
Well, it's been a long day. I haven't shouted yet. I thought you would bring that up. But we're animals. Is our meaning of life? What is that? What is that? The first part of the question is, what the hell is our bloody meaning of life? Huh? What's all that about?
42. Is it 42?
Yeah,
Did
I think something like that. Yeah, it's 42. And it's not the same for Beatles.
No, I mean Paul McCartney's got a completely different meaning of life. George Harrison's had it, but Ringo should have.
That's good. That's probably the best joke of the day. If you're keeping track of the best jokes, it's the only joke.
That was one of two.
So by default, 50-50 chance it was the best one.
I don't know. How do we go about answering this question?
So the meaning of life for humans, and I hate to bring it to this level. It's carnal. It's to reproduce. Is it not, or is it? Is it? For me, it kind of is. It's to have a good time. It's to leave something behind potentially. It's to enjoy yourself. But really, it's to pass on that DNA, right?
Well,
it's the same for animals.
I don't really want kids. So does that make
my
life
you've got
meaningless? I've got no meaning.
It
in
means
life.
Well, you've got this podcast, so it's not meaningless.
This is my baby.
This is you injecting.
This is our baby.
Your cerebral seed into something, and it's grown. It's becoming.
We are the parents of this podcast.
Yeah,
I'm the dad.
You are a dad. You are a dad.
You're the mum.
Wow,
you took it.
We're a very progressive, very liberal, progressive podcast. We're both the dads, so that's okay. That's brilliant. Finally, we're at a point where that's okay. Good.
Well, I've got one podcast, and you've got two, so you've already given birth to one beforehand.
I walked away. I couldn't handle responsibility.
Oh, you cycled away.
I cycled away. So, this is my baby now, and but
it's our baby. Baby.
Do you agree with me there though? The meaning of life is to pass on DNA.
I mean, biologically, the meaning of life is just to do that. Yeah.
Do you want children?
I don't want children. No.
Ever?
No, not really.
Don't be so bloody sure.
I'm completely 100% selfish. It's just I'm just thinking about myself. I can't be asked. I don't really want the responsibility.
No, it would be tough, wouldn't it?
I just want to every I don't know, early parent you speak to who's got a young kid. They're fucking knackered. They're not enjoying life.
They're knackered in the breeze. They're very tired.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is that they are enjoying life, but in a very different way.
Yeah, very different way. I don't want to enjoy life that way. I want to enjoy life the actual enjoyment way.
Well, the thing is, there's an enjoyment that, I don't have children, but I'm just the enjoyment. What I've gathered from these youngish, or any parent, is that they get enjoyment from the child. All their enjoyment, not all of it, but it becomes about the child. So the moment the child does something great,
and then your life changes. It's like
your life changes.
You're not just enjoying life. You're
the way you
responsible for another life, and that is your enjoyment of their life.
Yeah. So, I mean, the focus does move to them. You can't really be selfish if you have a child, can you? You can't. But I don't think it's a struggle for a lot of people, because naturally something happens where it automatically switches to them, and you don't feel annoyed about it. You're like, oh, it's not about me anymore. I think you're glad it's not about you anymore. This is what I'm gathering. I've observed. So it's one of those, if you have children, it might just switch instantly. But the worry is if it doesn't, and you're still like, oh, I want to enjoy myself, it would suck.
Yeah,
it would suck, wouldn't it?
But the thing of
that's rare
with humans, if they want to enjoy life, I want to travel more and stuff like that. So I can't imagine an elephant in India going, oh, I really want to go to London,
Belarus.
Yeah, Belarus, and go to Minsk, see what that's like.
Yeah, I really want to visit the Anne Frank Museum.
Yeah,
I can't imagine. An elephant wouldn't even fit in there. Yeah, that's a sad point. That's a sad thing. If they did make the journey over, they wouldn't be allowed in, which is really sad. So if any elephants listening, don't bother. Cancel that trip.
I mean, the Anne Frank Museum in itself is unforgettable, and an elephant definitely wouldn't forget that. But I mean, just from the outside,
they'd always remember the day that they didn't get in.
Yeah. Unless it's tall enough to just peer in and go, oh yeah.
I guess they could put their trunk in and have a little feel around, and they'll end up writing horrible reviews on TripAdvisor, like don't come here if you're an elephant.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is a horrible thing to write.
It's not wrong. So I was an elephant. I came here. They did not cater to elephants. 2 stars.
Yeah, exactly.
They did have very good facilities, so just 2 stars.
The public transit system was brilliant, but the museums, there was no elephant access.
The ferries were good. Buses were awful.
There we go. So, what was the question again?
What's the meaning of life?
Okay.
Or no, is the meaning of life different for humans and animals?
Oh, okay.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, animals' meaning of life. I don't know if it's a meaning of life, but biological purpose in life is different from meaning in life, isn't it? But biological purpose in life for everything is to carry on life, to reproduce, whereas meaning of life is so subjective.
Oh, it's such a deep question, isn't it? Just shit in my mouth and give me $1 million.
Or dangle out your knackers in the breeze.
Boom.
Right, I've got a question for you now, Barry. You ready?
Definitely
not.
not.
Comfy?
Never ready, but let's do it. Let's do it. I'm always intrigued to hear the question from the main man himself.
You're right, Barry. This is my question for this week. If you had to get a short list of 3 celebrities that you could automatically then be your friend, who would they be? And then once you got the 3, you have to pick one. So let moi know.
I would just say now they could be celebrities or historical figures or anyone alive or dead.
Okay. Well, you know me quite well. There must be one in there that you already know that I would pick, or not? Maybe
I don't
do
know.
you?
No.
Okay.
I feel like I know you sometimes, but you surprise me.
I hate to say it. I've got a bit of a fascination with the macabre. Okay, the dark and macabre.
Right.
Hence, they've done questions for about 9/11. Not saying I love 9/11, but I'm fascinated by 9/11. So, not saying Osama bin Laden would be the person I'd pick because it isn't. But it's
So that's number 1.
That's not. But it's the next best thing. Can I say it? Oh, I'm going to say it. But don't judge me on this. I just want to meet him, and I'd like to be his friend to get to know the real him. Hitler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was an evil man, right? He did some horrible things. But also he was a great painter and a vegan, all this kind of stuff. So I feel like it isn't all bad.
He wasn't vegan, was he? He was just vegetarian.
Well, I gave him a bit of extra pep there. But yeah, I think
I have seen some of his paintings. It's actually quite good.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's actually pretty good.
There's that whole story about he tried to become an artist and didn't work out, and if it had have worked out,
it's all political.
Would it have?
Luckily, he didn't become political.
No, he stayed away from politics and stuck with the art. The thing is, it's that whole kind of sliding doors moment. If he had have got accepted in the great art college in wherever it was, Austria, I don't know where he tried to, didn't work out. If it had have worked out, paintings might be selling for millions. I mean, they probably already still are. I don't know. But he would have just been a famous artist or an obscure artist that we didn't know about. He might have just been one of those many, many artists who, but there was something there, and I'd like to get to the real him, the misunderstood him. What he did was awful.
Become your friend.
Friend,
I really want to be friends with him. Everyone's screaming out, fucking Hitler, Barry. To become your friend.
No,
I'm invested in this podcast now, but
no, I see what you mean. What he did was, just there's no getting away from what he did. But can I meet him in this scenario before he did what he did? Maybe when he was a struggling artist.
Okay, right.
A young 20-something struggling artist. That's the Hitler I want to be friends with.
Right.
Yeah, you would take that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The next person.
You might need to do more explanation because you've convinced me, but.
Well, no, I just, he was fascinating. He's a fascinating man. What made him tick? I know what made him tick eventually in the end. I'd like to know what made the young him tick before it all, didn't work out,
So, World War One vet.
Yeah.
Struggling artist.
Yeah.
Blamed it. Well.
Maybe the 16-year-old Hitler I'd like to get to know.
Right.
Yeah?
Okay.
There we go. And just, I know what he's going to become or could become. He doesn't have a clue at that point. So I'd just be friends with him for who he really is at that point. But I'll never tell him how evil he will become.
Okay.
Yeah?
Right.
That's not too bad, is it?
Right, that's number 1.
Yeah? Just from pure fascination. Next person, I'm a big fan of Carry On films. And, and this guy, probably my favourite of all the cast of Carry On. Also did lots of other things. Hancock's Half Hour, he wrote books, wrote songs. Great man. His name is Kenneth Williams. I'm a bit I'm not obsessed with Kenneth Williams, but I really like.
When you pointed to me earlier and said you probably know who I'm going to pick. I wouldn't have picked Kenneth Williams.
No. I really like him. I really like Kenneth Williams.
Nor Adolf Hitler.
They would get on famously, those two. All the stories we tell. Yeah, I feel like I'd love to. He was such a cracking guy. You know the story. He had
Adolf or
Kenneth
Williams.
Kenny. So, like I've read his diaries, and he was quite a cynical man, quite pessimistic behind it all. But what a if you want to hang out with someone, have a drink with someone, he's the man. He's got so many stories. He's got a good view on life. He's the guy I'd love to be friends with. Actually, find out. He was hanging out with the celebs at the time. Find out the
So if you want to have a drink with him, you go, oh, bottoms up, and you go,
oh. But another thing is that I do a really good impression of him actually as well.
Go for it.
Wait, let me try again. Nation. Which is like that probably wasn't even the best I could do. It takes a while to get into the character, but like, no, you couldn't possibly. And that was terrible. But I'd love to be friends with Kenneth Williams. Actually, I'd like to hang out with him. I really would.
Okay.
And it's a shame I'm never going to meet that guy because he's no longer with us.
Well,
But I can still watch his films. His art lives on. A bit like Hitler. The art lives on.
It does.
He creates something bigger than himself.
His literal art, not his.
not the.
Although it does live on.
The intergenerational fallout. But no, there's a fallout with Kenneth, but it's all positive. Yeah. Okay. And the third one, you're gonna hate this one because he's not.
Because I've loved the other two.
Your eyes lit up for the first one. But I think this is a guy that you probably couldn't have predicted this one, and I couldn't. But when I really thought about it, he's a character from a book.
Okay.
Was that stipulated?
That's fine.
Was that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You've seen Peter Pan, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Hook?
Yes.
Okay.
Great film.
Brilliant.
Love that film.
It's not Robin Williams.
Okay.
Okay. Do you remember a character called Rufio?
Yes.
Him. I would love, as a kid, when I was growing up, Rufio. I would love, as a child, I always loved Rufio. I thought he was absolutely. He was a hero, and as I've grown up, I still love him. It's never gone. It's never gone away. I mean, not the actor that plays Rufio, because he's probably just a random guy now.
No, yeah.
But that guy, he's 15, 16-year-old guy, Rufio from Hook.
But what about the Peter Pan character that later discovers his youth again?
No.
That replaces Rufio.
No, you can't replace Rufio in my eyes. That was the one downside to the story. He was a leader through and through, charismatic, fun. The hijinks will never stop when Rufio is around. I feel, and the wisdom, he's got loads of wisdom. Young forever, young heart, young soul. Rufio
doesn't provide much food, but
no, he doesn't.
Just imagine it.
And eventually he'll come round. Eventually he'll trust that you've got food, and he'll believe.
And again, the character of Hook is actually quite cool.
What, the actual main Hook guy?
Yeah.
Hook himself.
Yeah, he's quite charismatic.
I think he's probably
Quite
misunderstood.
fun.
Yeah, misunderstood. Because if you're on his side, he was a great guy, wasn't he? Really provided for his crew.
Probably just a lot of British colonialists.
Yeah. Which we can associate with that, can't we?
Because I'm a colonist.
We can associate. Genetically, there's a link there somewhere to Hook. If you go back down the family tree. So yeah, I mean, the three that I've said, who would you choose finally?
Oh, definitely Rufio.
Really?
Yeah.
Over Kenneth Williams?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult between him and Adolf Hitler. But yeah, I think it just edges Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
As a person I'd like to hang out with a lot of the time, and him being my friend.
This is the Hitler before he was evil, or maybe he was always evil, but before he really acted on it.
Well, would he be fun?
I don't know. That's what I would love to know. He'd be an interesting guy. Let's be honest. Maybe you wouldn't have as many laughs with Hitler as you would with Kenneth or Rufio. I'm just putting it out there, but you would definitely have some stories to tell. And he'd teach you how to paint. It'd be great. It would be good. It would be good. They've all got their own skills. So Rufio's really good at skateboarding and sword fighting. Hitler's great.
We had a little laugh. We had a pain. We had a discussion about politics. We invaded Warsaw. I mean, it was brilliant.
Whereas Kenneth was we drank gin all night. We walked around Soho. It was, and we went to see a play. And we went
With
backstage.
Rufio, we skateboarded around a treetop house.
I've never felt younger.
A treetop town, if you will.
He took the years off me. Yeah.
I'd rather that.
Yeah, me too. I think he's really good fun. But for me, I'd have to go for Kenneth Williams. I just think it'd be a really fun night out in London. You know, hanging out with the who's who of the 1960s and 70s UK world of theatre and light comedy.
There we go. I did not expect that. I had two in mind for myself.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would get judged for one of them, but I feel like I would pick him.
There'll be some historian or something, right?
No. Okay, right.
French leader.
Two quite very charismatic people in world media today. You might have heard of one of them.
Milo Yiannopoulos.
Oh, how do you know? No, not him. One of them's Jack Black.
Oh,
Jack Black is fucking the life of the party. He's very fun. Hey, watch any film. He's very fun.
Did you like that in real life?
I imagine so. He can't not be, really.
He's got charisma,
he's
yeah.
typecast of that kind of thing. He's very life of the party.
Right, can I just say, I mean, I admit my answers were a bit left field and a bit strange, but they've all got their own. But Jack Black, I mean...
Jack Black is more shocking than Adolf Hitler.
Two and a penny. You know,
Kenneth Williams.
For every Jack Black, there's another Jack Black, right? There's no one else like Hitler. There's no one else like Rufio.
What other celebrities like Jack Black?
Any other sort of larger-than-life, fun comedian guy?
Go for it.
Oh, shit.
The one that would, like, include you and you'd feel like top of the fucking world if you were in Jack Black.
Do you think so? Do you think
Yeah,
how you
I
feel?
reckon he plays off everyone. He makes you feel on top of the world with him being on top of the world.
Oh my god! You've put a lot in, like you've put more into him than he offers. I think you've projected your own whatever you're looking for into him. He doesn't provide it.
I feel like he does.
Okay, well, he's a fun guy. He's
Very fun. That's it.
He's fun. He is fun. Is he as fun as Rufio? He is in different ways.
More fun than
more
Rufio,
adult
I
fun.
think.
More adult fun, I think.
Very good musician as well. I
Very
think.
good musician. Yeah.
Very good lyricist and a really good singer. He's very underrated.
Did you watch the video where he sang the national anthem?
No, I haven't seen that.
Brilliant.
Okay,
He's actually really good.
I like his comedy ones. When he gets serious, I don't know. But I
He does it
reckon
in a
he could have.
semi-comical way.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I'd like that.
Jack Black, of everybody who's ever lived or died.
Right. If you think that was controversial,
it was weird.
My next one, probably more controversial. No, not more controversial than Adolf Hitler, but
who is it?
No, slightly less so. Jeremy Clarkson.
No.
Fucking legend. He's so funny.
No.
Imagine doing a road trip.
No.
Imagine just replacing James May.
But none of
no
it's
one wants
real.
James May.
None of that's real.
I'll replace James May. Me,
Are you
Richard
being
Hammond,
serious?
Jeremy Clarkson on a fucking road trip.
Oh, fuck
Him
off.
doing little sarcastic comments and all this thing. It'd be so funny.
Him punching people in the face.
Yeah,
being
I'd love that.
racist. I mean, Hitler. I'm going for Hitler before he did any of those things. You're going.
I'll go for Jeremy Clarkson before he punched the person in the face. Actually, no. After he did. Whilst punching the person.
As he's pulling his right arm back, you appear on his shoulder.
I'm going,
I love you, JC. Hey, Jazz. So you want to go on a road trip with Jeremy? Of anyone who's ever lived, anybody.
You pick Kenneth Williams, and you're like going, if anybody ever lived.
No, but his body of work. I mean, Jeremy Clarkson presents Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I mean, why?
Have you seen it?
No, I
It's
haven't.
funny as fuck.
No, I haven't, and I'm not going to.
I like Chris Tarrant.
I'm not going
He
to.
did a very good Radio 2 thing, and he
Yeah.
had very good taste in music.
And we all love.
A lot
all
of people
love
our
Millionaire.
age or whatever watched Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and he's very good on
When
it.
it came
But
out, it was
Jeremy
brilliant.
Clarkson is very funny on it. And
No.
he is a fucking idiot on it, but he doesn't hide it.
He's just a guy. There's again, like Jack. I mean, there's less Jack Blacks and Clarksons, but you go to any pub in the UK at about 6 p.m. You're gonna find a Clarkson.
No, you'll find a Clarkson, but they're not funny and they're annoying.
No,
Whereas
but-
Jeremy Clarkson is
There's bitter and racist.
is funny, annoying, but so much so that he's entertaining and he's great. Like, you know he's joking, but
he's
he
not.
has strong opinions, but he's joking about it, and he's not a comedian. He doesn't represent himself as a comedian, but he's funny as fuck, man.
He's just a normal guy.
Funny as fuck.
You can have a pint of ale with.
He is controversial, but
He's definitely controversial.
he wants to be friends with safe.
I agree with you. Yeah, that's why I chose Rufio.
Christian,
He was a rule breaker. He was a
people,
rule breaker.
so.
That is so That's so weird. I did not expect that at all. I thought you'd say Napoleon or someone like
I don't
that,
like
Henry VIII, or even Jesus. Maybe that was on the table. That was on the table.
I don't think it'd be that interesting. I think it'd be boring. It'd be just preaching stuff all the time.
I feel like maybe like the story created after he died was more interesting than the real story.
Maybe
potentially
teenage Jesus.
I don't like that.
His more difficult years.
When he's just writing poetry and he's trying to find the meaning of life. Who am I?
That's it.
Who am I?
We should have had him on the podcast. Teenage Jesus with Dave's question.
Teenage Jesus.
The meaning of life.
It's not one question he can answer. Yeah, and he can provide the drinks all night. Although at that point he couldn't. He didn't know he had that power.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So actually, you don't want teenage Jesus.
Fish and chips on Jesus. So. Some chips, a lot of fish.
Oi, teeny G's. Food's on you again. Whee! Go on, get a jog on.
Got a bit of Buxton, he'll turn it into a Sauvignon Blanc, mate.
Oi, savvy on this, G's. Oi, teen G's. Savvy on it.
Right, we've got a final question from Emily from episode 9.
Oh, yeah, remember her well.
My GF,
Special
good friend.
Guest, special guest.
Girlfriend.
One of the main female contributors. One of the only female guests thus far. Thus far.
We plan to have more, do we? I don't know.
Definitely equality, for sure.
Quality. We've had one of each. We are what people strive to be.
Yeah, one of each. One of each. And I think I know another girl. So
they both got paid the same. Fuck all.
Yeah, got nothing. But, but they paid us.
Wage equality in 2018.
Well, Josh got paid a lot more than she did. He actually got something.
From you. But then, no, I'll get this.
No, she got something from you, but let's not get into that.
Okay, Barry, Big Baz, this question is directed at you. I know that you know that Ryan and I did a 72-hour fast a month or so ago. I spent 3 days with no food or whatsoever, just water. Sometimes like a mug of hot water to mix things up a little bit. And I know you said to Ryan that you could never do it under sort of any circumstance. So basically my question is, out of the following 3 scenarios, what could you never do? What would be your complete worst that you're like, I'm never doing that, and what would you be like, okay, if I had to pick one of the 3, I could commit to that. So first one is the 72-hour fast, so no food, nothing ingested apart from water for 3 whole days. Secondly, you are living on a desert island for 2 weeks. There's no one else there. You've got your food, supplies, whatever, but no human contact, no animal contact, just you isolated for 2 whole weeks. Nothing to do, no books, no entertainment, no stimulation, just there existing for 2 weeks on desert island. So it's nice weather, there's water around, but you are completely alone. Or 3, you're at the North Pole, so another extreme environment that's incredibly cold. You've got your supplies again, but you're only there for 5 days, and you do have one person of your choice for company. What one would you choose, and what one would you outright refuse to do?
Oh, okay.
Very good question.
Okay, right. Well,
excellent question.
I feel like she knows which one I'm going to pick, I think.
Okay, well, I don't know. Well, I thought I knew who you were going to pick for your celebrities, but
wow.
You surprised me.
Wow. So, out of all of those, I'm going to say the one that I would do straight away. I'm like, I could do that. 5 days, right?
5 days.
5 days, right? 5 days.
The Arctic Circle in the winter.
But here's the key. I mean, I imagine I've got some kind of shelter or something with me. She didn't say that, but
she said camping, didn't she?
Camping in the. Right, but if I've got somebody with me,
yes,
already it's 10 times better.
Okay.
Because if they die, I can eat them. That's
5 days. I mean, we're saying a 3-day fast. You're going 3 days without food. You're already going to eat someone.
I'm killing them and eating them. But no, I think desert island on my own for 2 weeks is. I'd go with nothing. I'd go insane.
Beautiful weather,
great weather, but with no suntan lotion. I'd get burnt I'd have to sit in a palm tree.
She said you have supplies.
I got supplies.
You got supplies. You just don't have any
no
contact
books,
with any humans.
No book, no phone.
Right. No stimulation. No animals. We can't even speak to a bird.
No.
A dog.
Crow. No. Okay. Well.
A penguin. I don't know what's on a desert island on good weather.
Probably not maybe a penguin. A hairy penguin. I think. Because I'd go insane. Honestly, I did. I talk about it too much because it's all I've ever done. But that bike ride I did, from Dover to Istanbul, there's a bit when I was on my own.
That's Broadstairs from Broadstairs.
Well, yeah, actually, yeah. So from England to Istanbul, and there was
slightly further.
There was it's like another 20 miles. But there was like one of the hardest 20 mile sections of the whole
But
thing.
you had 2 people with you, didn't you?
Exactly, and it was bearable. The moment I was on my own I did start going a bit insane, and I had people to talk to. They didn't speak my language a lot of the time, but I still had people to look at, and they they had to get out of my way, which makes you feel human because it feels like you're actually in the world. But the moments where I didn't see people for many hours on end, you start to go a bit mad. And I've only had that for like a day, or 12 hours before, if I didn't see anyone. And I started already going a bit like, I was talking to myself a little bit. 2 weeks would drive me insane. You'd have to look at yourself. You'd have to look deep into your soul. Well, I'd just stare in the water of my own reflection. So
then you can sunbathe, get a good tan, go for a swim.
Wait, how long's the fast? 3 days.
72 hours.
72 hours of no food.
Just water. Hot water if you want it. I did a 72 fast with Emily.
And you're still here to tell the story, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And you look back fondly?
I mean, I did eat someone, but that was afterwards.
I haven't seen Emily since she did this fast. Did she record this message before the fast?
Police, if you're listening, she is...
where is she?
She's probably fine.
She's on holiday, an extended holiday.
She was delicious. No.
I think if you right, okay, let's be realistic. Let's not be silly now. Because I know you've done it, I take your word that you did it. You might have had burgers every night, but I trust that you did actually do it, and you're here to tell the tale. That's the one that out of those horrible scenarios, I'd go for that one. But I wouldn't enjoy it. I don't want to do any of them. But that one, I'd do that one. Do I still do stuff? I still have to go to work. And
yeah, of course.
Life carries on.
Yeah.
I'm still talking to people. I'd piss a lot of people off because I'd be so angry. I'd be hangry. I'd be irritable. I'd be awful to be around. But if I told them I'm fasting, they'll go, oh, okay, we'll stay away from it for a few days, and then I'll come back smiling. So that one, the one I wouldn't do, because I'm with someone in the North Pole, right? That makes it not so bad. It really doesn't, because there's comfort in that someone else is with you suffering. Which is what if you had to do a 3-day fast on your own, probably would be a lot harder without someone with you, like Emily.
I'm thinking like a 3-day fast of just eating no food. You can still be comfortable.
No, you wouldn't be comfortable.
No, you can still be comfortable. You can be warm.
You
can do what you want.
Yeah.
You like skateboarding, skimboarding.
Yeah.
Record a podcast.
You can record a podcast, yeah.
We could record
I flipped the table an hour in out of anger. But no, I see what you mean.
Yeah. But it's Arctic Circle. You're not comfortable. That's 5 days of freezing cold in the fucking winter.
And again, not much.
You're with someone, but you're both going to be moaning at each other. You're probably going to strangle each other by
in
the
a
end
2-man tent.
And then 2 weeks on your own, you're not going to be able to record a podcast. Well, well, you could, but
no. I think honestly, I'd still go for the desert island. That's one that I wouldn't want to do because I've done very small amount of times on my own, and I felt myself slipping into the abyss of the mentally unwell, the arena of the unwell. And honestly, it's heavy stuff. 2 weeks of that, of just my own company. Nobody wants that.
People go insane, like prison, like isolation. People go insane.
Yeah, exactly. And that's 2 weeks. No, I couldn't do it. So you've got me there. I couldn't do it. North Pole, yes. But obviously, the number one option there is don't eat for a couple of days, 3 days.
3 days.
I could do that one. I could definitely do that. And I don't know. So I'm there for, wait. How many hours is it?
What?
The fast? I keep forgetting.
72 hours.
Right, it's like 24 hours, 22 hours, 24 hours. So then that's like, that's a long time.
But then again, in the Arctic Circle, you can eat what you want. You got some friends. You got supplies, so maybe that's alcohol as well.
Okay.
You can have a good time. It's just you don't have much stimulation.
Okay.
And you're incredibly uncomfortable, I imagine.
Okay, I'd like to stop the podcast for a second. I've got something to say. I have just slipped 22 past you, and you didn't notice.
What? Shit!
Catch! 22! So what I did there was I said...
Do you know what? Last question, I was like, I'm so on it.
So what... did you hear what I said? So I said 24 hours, 22 hours, 24 hours. And I think in your head, you're expecting to hear 24, obviously. No, I said 22. And if you listen back, you'll hear the 22. I didn't mumble it. I said 24, 22... 24 hours, that's a long time. And there we go. Catch 22. So, and the dare is,
This is extremely ironic because we were fasting to get onto something called a keto diet, and on the keto diet you need apple cider vinegar.
There we go.
It's fucking awful.
It's come back to bite you in the
I've got some
anus.
apple cider vinegar.
It's come back to bite you. You've already got it. So you need to do next podcast we do. You've got to do.
I'll upload it to Facebook. I'll do a video of me
Yes,
pouring
that's
some
what you need
apple
to do.
cider vinegar.
That's what you need to do. So
what's the rules here? Am I doing a shot of apple cider vinegar or half a shot and
I'll
water?
trust your judgment on that. But you've got to.
I will do a shot of apple cider vinegar.
There's got to be apple cider on it. There's got to be apple cider in it. All right, and I'll be able to tell from your face.
If anyone's skeptical, go and buy some apple cider vinegar. Smell it. At least smell it. Put a little rub your finger around the ring of the bottle and then sniff your finger. It's fucking horrible. I will accept my forfeit and I will do a shot of apple cider vinegar and I'll upload it to Facebook after this episode goes out.
So on Facebook you can expect to see pictures of Ryan's beautiful
my sigil, my sigil, my words and
a picture of a quokka, the most happy animal on the planet, and a video of Rye going to town on
apple cider vinegar,
which can't be that bad. And I'm so glad I didn't have to try it.
If your thing is it can't be that bad, it's only a shot. I've had a shot of something I don't like. Go and sniff some apple cider vinegar. Go and just rub it around your finger and smell it. Just smell it.
I'd like to say thank you to Emily there for giving me the providing the opportunity to slip in at 22 there.
Thanks, Em.
And I can finally say catch 22 and there's no repercussions. 22. So there we go.
What 2 and up.
22. There we go.
Bollocks.
Listen up, Knackers in the breeze. Listen up, Knackers in the breeze.
That was episode 10 of Knackers in the Breeze. Hope you enjoyed it.
It was one of the best, wasn't it? I think it's culminated all those 9 episodes into one of the best episodes of all time.
Yeah, somewhat controversial. I mean, if anyone's mum was here, they would very much look down on anything anyone said.
But yeah, we'll check out the Facebook page. You'll see all that nonsense go on there.
We'll upload everything. It's all going to be... It's on iTunes. It will be on iTunes, we promise. We're getting it sorted now. knackersinthebreeze.com.
Yeah, and send those questions to...
Send those questions to knackersinthebreeze@gmail.com. Or if you want to send a question to a certain someone, then it's Ryan@knackersinthebreeze.com or Barry@knackersinthebreeze.com.
Send them through.
It's all official now.
Send that hate mail my way. I can't wait.
All Barry's way. All hate mail goes to Barry.
And
I'll forward it on.
Beppe, if you're listening, you've got my email now.